Archangel Michael is in tears. He's been trying to reach you for hours with a warning from heaven. This is your final chance to listen before it's too late. Archangel Michael says, I have crossed storms and silence to reach you, and I will not leave you unguarded tonight. The hour you are living in is thin as paper, and every breath you take presses ink onto the story of your life. A name has been whispered over that story, a plan has been drawn around it, and your choices in the next moments will loosen knots or tighten chains. Listen now, because the warning is not thunder to frighten you. It is a lighthouse turning again and again, until you look up. Heaven tried the gentle signals first. The ones you could brush off as coincidence. The flicker in the hallway when no switch was touched, the dream where a door clicked but never opened, the way you kept seeing the same number at impossible times. You felt a tug in your chest, not fear exactly, but a pressure, like a hand at your back, urging you forward before the tight turn. This is about a pattern you're caught inside without knowing it. Someone learned the rhythm of your kindness and turned it into a calendar for their gain. They smile when you look and sharpen when you turn away. They are counting on your good heart to keep you blind. You have already felt the edges of their work. Why did a small misunderstanding grow cause? Why did your good news stall? Your messages vanish, your peace feel borrowed and due back with interest. This warning carries 3 parts: what you must see, what you must do, and what will try to stop you as you do it. First, what you must see is simple but heavy. Your value hath been weighed by someone who wants possession, not partnership. They moved slowly, leaf by leaf, until your trust sounded like their voice inside your head. Your space has heard words that were in prayer. When the mirror fogged after a shower and you traced a letter you didn't mean to, that was not nothing. When a trinket appeared on your shelf with a shape that made you uneasy, it wasn't just a gift. The person weaving this net stands close enough to borrow your warmth, but far enough to deny any shadow. They apologize before you accuse, laugh before you decide, flatter before you hesitate. They know how to keep you spinning so you never notice the sway of the floor. Here is the shape of their plan: delay, distract, then demand. They delay your clarity by offering new tasks when you are about to confront the old ones. They distract your instinct by making small chaos on days you intended to rest. They demand at the very moment you feel weak, asking for a yes that sounds minor but opens a gate you won't easily close. Tonight, heaven refuses to let this repeat. You are being handed a clean edge, a way to cut the loop without bleeding your spirit dry. Hold it firm. Truth does not tremble when gripped with love. Now, what you must do. First, reclaim your hour. Before midnight, or before sleep if midnight has passed, you will set aside 10 uninterrupted minutes. No music, no scrolling, no words that dilute the moment. Just you, a pen, and the bravest honesty you've owed yourself. On the page, write the 3 places where you've been most tired for no clear reason. Under each, write who benefits from your tiredness. Truth will step forward, because truth recognizes its own doorway when ink opens it. Second, secure your borders. Change one routine that others count on you repeating, take a different path, answer at a different time. Put your phone in another room while you rest. A trap loses its teeth when the target stops arriving on schedule. Third, name your promise out loud in the room you sleep in. It can be soft, but it must be said. Say, "My life is not an aisle for thieves. My kindness is not consent. My future is not on loan to anyone." Words spoken like this are not decoration. They are locks turning where eyes cannot see. Fourth, prepare for the pouvoir. When you do the first 2 steps, the air may buzz, you may receive a sudden message from that person, sweet, urgent, confused, or annoyed. You will feel the tug to be reasonable and to not make it a big deal. Remember, reasonable has been the lever used to pry open your boundaries. Fifth, choose your gatekeeper. No one walks alone through a night like this, not even the strong. Pick the one soul who listens with a steady heart, someone who does not compete with you, who does not diminish you to feel taller. Tell them, "Simply hold me to the truth I declared. If I start shrinking, remind me to stand." Harmony returns faster when witnessed by someone who refuses to hum the wrong tune. Now, what will try to stop you? A memory will rise, wearing your softest moments like perfume. It will say, "But they were kind that one time. They helped when no one else did." Remember this, a single glass of clean water does not purify a poisoned well. You can honor what was good without ignoring what is harmful. Guilt will show you the cost of saying no and hide the cost of always saying yes. It will point to your history of endurance and call it virtue while it drains your future of color. Recognize the voice by its hunger. It only eats when you forget you're allowed to sit at your own table first. Noise will try to drown the message. You will notice sudden invitations, sudden crises, sudden obligations that somehow all require you immediately. Ask each, "If this were truly urgent, would it need my panic to power it?" Watch how much collapses without your fear feeding it. You may feel alone for a stretch. It is an honest loneliness, not the cheap kind that arrives in crowded rooms. It is the echo of your old patterns emptying out so new strength can take up residence. Let me tell you what I have seen of your path if you stand firm. Your mornings stop feeling like negotiations. You wake without bracing. Your first thought becomes a seed you plant, not a fire you must put out. The door you kept trying to open for someone else finally opens for you, because you're no longer holding it from the wrong side. Your work breathes. Projects that stalled, not because of lack of talent but because of energy parasites, begin moving with their own legs. You finish what you start and you start only what deserves finishing. Your relationships become mirrors that tell the truth. Those who loved your softness but not your spine will fade, and it will hurt. But pain with purpose is a surgeon, not a thief. Those who loved you entirely will stay, and you will see that love as clearly as daylight over clean water. There is also warning within the warning, a place you keep returning to in thought, an old message thread, an old room, an old promise like a pressed flower you refuse to let crumble. You are not obligated to keep your door propped open for the past just because your heart knows how to be warm. If you must return to say goodbye, return with a witness. Hold a small object in your palm while you do it. A key, a coin, a ring, something with weight. As you close the chapter, place that object somewhere new and tell yourself, "I moved this. And I moved on." The body remembers gestures, give it one that seals your choice. There is a number that has followed you, on clocks, on receipts, in the corner of your eye. It is not a trick, it is a rhythm from a place above worry, telling you that alignment is near when you act, not when you wait. Do not worship the sign, honor the action it invites. Someone will accuse you of becoming hard. Smile gently at that accusation and let it fall to the floor. You are not hard, you are clear. There is a difference between a wall that imprisons and a backbone that protects. You will be tempted to announce your new strength to the one who fed on your old weakness. Resist the urge to perform your growth for spectators who only clap when you shrink. Silence is not surrender, it is you conserving power for the building you must do next. In the days ahead, treat questions like doorbells. Not every ring deserves your answer. Ask yourself, does this question lead me toward peace or toward proving? If it's the second, let it ring out. The house you are building does not require tours for the uninvited. Create a boundary ritual each morning, a tiny thing that opens your day on your terms. Pour a glass of water and drink it slowly while the world asks nothing of you. Place your hand over your heart and count 7 calm breaths before reading anything with an agenda. Light a single lamp and whisper your promise again. Small rituals pave roads that heavy feet can trust. If you must confront, keep it to the facts, not the theater. Say what happened, say how it affected you, say what will happen next from your side. Do not audition for the role of reasonable victim. You are not to deem him at all, you are over him. Keep a simple list titled Returns. Under it, write what you are calling back: time, focus, self-belief, rest. Each time you catch yourself giving those away without discernment, write the moment down and circle the word returns. You will watch yourself come home in ink. When the night feels long, place a book under your pillow, not to read, but to remind your mind that you are still learning, still unfolding. You are not stuck, you are in process. Wear something soft to sleep, let your body know you chose its comfort on purpose. You may dream of a hallway. There will be doors on the left and right, some open, some closed. Midway down, one door will be ajar with a light like late afternoon. A door belongs to enough, you don't need to run to reach it or walk. When you step through, you will find a chair facing a window and your own name written on a small card beside it. Said, "This is not escape, this is appointment." If tears come, let them. They are not evidence of failure. They are rain on soil that can finally grow. The worst thing that happened to you did not erase your horizon. It only threw dust where the line meets the sky. One deep breath, then another, then a third. See how the horizon returns when lungs remember their right. Commit to one courageous conversation with yourself each evening for 7 evenings. Ask, where did I choose peace over people-pleasing today? If the answer is small, praise it. Muljus is Galagda, Galagan Migham Karagda. Reduce the number of secrets you carry by 1. Even if the secret is only a dream you haven't said aloud, open your mouth carefully and let it exist outside your chest. Secrets ferment into shame. Spoken truth becomes fuel. Here is a gift arriving in disguise. It may look like an ending. Empty shelves and unfollow a cancelled plan. Hold the space. A room feels bigger the moment you move the wrong furniture out. Be wary of bargains that require your silence. If the price of entries don't be so sensitive or you're too much, the cost is already too high. Your sensitivity is not a flaw, it is a sensor. It tells you when the atmosphere is off long before alarms can be installed. You will notice that food tastes better again, music feels like color again. Sleet does not bargain with you anymore. Do not rush past these signs. They are not trivial. They are the neighborhood watch of your soul, returning to their post because the street has light again. Remember that boundaries are not weapons, they are fences with gates that open for kindness and close for manipulation. You are the gatekeeper. You can wave love in and hold theft out, all with the same steady hand. There is a letter you need to write, but not send. At the top, write the name of the one who drained you. Below, write the sentence you wish you had said the very first time you felt small around them. Then write the sentence you will say to the next person who tries the same. Fold the page and tuck it where you keep important things. Not as a monument to pain, but as a credential of growth, promise yourself one brave delight. By the small thing you kept postponing out of fear, the joy invites judgment. Dance for one song in your kitchen. Open a window and let the air make new paths in rooms that were too airtight with worry. Find your clean no, and use it once each day for a week. No to a conversation that circles the same drain. No to a favor that is really unleashed. No to a pallid yadodo. A clean no does not sign. It closes with a soft click, and that sound will begin to comfort you. You are stepping into a procession of those who decided life would not be lived with a hand over their own mouth. You are not late. You are not behind. You are arriving exactly when your courage reached the door with both shoes tied. From now on, let peace be your evidence. Not the applause of those who liked you better when you were tired. Not the quiet that comes from avoiding conflict. The quiet that comes from alignment. When you make a choice and sleep well, you chose correctly. When you speak in your own body on clenches afterward, you spoke truth. Understand this. There will still be storms. Storms are not a sign that you failed. They are a sign that the world still moves, but you will not be the same in them. You will know which window to close and which to open, which word to say and which is all. You will stand where the lightning makes a map in the sky, and you will read it without fear. Do one more thing for yourself tonight. Bless your next day in advance. Lay out what you will wear. Choose the cup you will drink from. Write the first sentence you will say to yourself when you wake. And put it where your eyes cannot miss it. Good morning. I am not prey. If the person behind this pattern reaches for you with charm, hold still and let their words keep speaking until they contradict themselves. Manipulation cannot maintain choreography for long. Truth walks straighter and needs fewer steps. If your heart carries a love that is real, you will not lose it by telling the truth. Real love may wobble, may tear at the edges, but it does not vanish when you stop pleasing. Real love has a spine. It will stand beside the spine you are finally showing. And if what you lose protests loudly as it leaves, bow your head for a moment and let it pass. Grief will walk with you for a few streets. Then turn off when it realizes you are headed somewhere it refuses to go. Leave. Keep walking. Return now to your page. Write, I am not late to my life. Under it, list 3 things you will no longer negotiate: your rest, your dignity, your time. Under that, list 3 things you will expand without apology: your joy, your quiet, your courage. Sign your name. Date it. You created a new anniversary. In the morning, drink water before you drink anyone else's mood. Put on your shoes like armor and your smile like sunlight for yourself first. Remember, you don't need permission to be faithful to your own soul. This is your final chance only in this sense. The version of you that needs everyone to be pleased cannot come along any farther. If you keep it, you will lose yourself. If you let it go, you will find yourself in rooms you used to dream from the hallway. Choose the door that creaks when it opens. Old hinges often guard the truest rooms. I have stayed near you through long afternoons that felt like winters and long nights that pretended to be kind. I have seen you set your own plate aside so others could eat more comfortably. I have seen you bury parts of yourself alive so someone else could paint their sky a little bluer. Amor, your sky is yours. You will not be punished for watering your own garden. You will be rewarded by the way everything finally blooms in season. One last instruction, and it is sweeter than it sounds. Forgive yourself for the years you did not know better. Not as a theory, but as an act. Say, I forgive myself for believing survival required disappearing. And breathe. That breath is the first inheritance of your new life. If you need to cry, cry for the right reason, because hope fits you again. Because the future, when it walks toward you, does not make you flinch. Because your name, when you say it, sounds like home and not like apology. Tonight, the light will feel warmer by 1 degree. Not enough to startle you, but enough that you will pause by a window without knowing why. That is not coincidence. That is your life noticing you've turned to face it. Carry this warning like a lantern. Not a weight. Let it light the next 3 steps, not the next 30. When you need more light, lift it higher. Guidance arrives at the pace of trust. And if you falter, I will nudge the wind until the flame remembers how to lean but not go out. Walk now. Return to the places that need your yes and remove it when it was never honored. Return to the places that deserved your no and give it with grace. Return to yourself and find you were waiting with a towel and a chair and a cup already poured. You are not behind. You are at the beginning of the part where you become undeniable to your own heart. Listen once more deeply. The trap is failing because you learned its rhythm, and the future is opening because you learned your own. When you wake tomorrow, let there be one quiet celebration, a small smile at the mirror, a hand pressed to your chest, a whisper, I'm here. Then go and live in such a way that anyone who ever bet on your exhaustion will wonder why their clock suddenly stopped working. I have told you all of this with tears you may never see, but they are not tears of defeat. They are the water that cleans the road for your steps. Go forward. The sky over you is not a ceiling. It is a witness, and it is brightening even now. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Picking up exactly where we left off, you will notice a softness in the places where you used to embrace. That is the first miracle, not fire from the sky, but the absence of dread in ordinary hours. Guard that softness. It is the ground where better days take root. If old messages pull at you, do not scroll them like rosary beads of regret. Archive them. You are not erasing the past. You are choosing not to rent at a room in your nervous system. Choose one corner of your home to clear today. Remove what is broken, expired, or never truly yours. When the corner exhales, you will, too. Keep a small notebook by the door. Each time you leave the house, write one word you want to carry: steady, clear, gentle. When you return, write one word you brought back: pride, peace. There is a rhythm to protection that sounds like simple decisions made early. Lay out what you will say before the pressure rises. Practice your sentences aloud until your mouth trusts them. That doesn't work for me. I need time to consider. When you meet the person who drained you, you owe them nothing but the truth given with calm. If they raise their voice, lower yours. If they crowd your space, lean back into silence and let the space declare your boundary for you. You are not required to win an argument to win your life back. Let them juggle excuses while you hold on to your plan. Explanations are a maze, boundaries are a straight path. Remember this. You are allowed to leave mid-story. If the plot keeps hurting you, close the book. Joy is not a twist ending. Joy is a different genre. Your body knows the difference between fear and excitement, even when your mind blurs the two. Fear tightens and asks you to get small. Excitement widens and asks you to make room. Choose what widens you. There is a place you've wanted to visit for months but kept postponing. Go there. Not to prove anything but to let your feet remember they can choose direction. Even a short walk to a new bench can rewrite a long pattern. Begin speaking about yourself in ways the future can recognize. Say, "I'm learning," instead of, "I'm always messing up." Say, "I'm protective of my energy," instead of, "I'm tired." When shame tries to stand in front of the mirror with you, adjust the mirror, not yourself. Shame loves bad lighting and cruel angles. Step to the window where daylight is honest and kind. Praise the quiet winds. You answered after thinking. You said no without a paragraph. You left a room when the air turned heavy and you didn't apologize for noticing. Change the lock on one habit today. If you usually wake to noise, wake to your breath. If you usually end the night with a scream, end it with your hand resting over your heart until the rhythm slows. There is a conversation you fear will explode. It won't. It will reveal who is willing to meet you where love requires clarity. Don't let nostalgia edit the harm out of history. Loyalty is beautiful. But it is not blindness. You can be loyal to truth without being hostile to anyone. Keep kindness, but remove access. You can wish them well from distances that allow you to stay well. Compassion does not require proximity to chaos. If loneliness visits, set a place for it, but do not cook it a feast. Let it drink water and leave. Call a friend who laughs with you without using your pain as the punchline. When the old pattern knocks at 2 a.m., it will sound persuasive. It will say, "Just this once." Remind it, Every just this once is a thread, and threads become nets. Practice receiving without debt. Say thank you without adding, I'll repay you soon. Gracious receiving is not a contract. It is a shared moment of light. Choose your teachers with care. Listen to those whose peace you can feel when they speak. Advice without peace is pressure pretending to be wisdom. You will outgrow the rooms you once begged to enter. Smile at the door as you pass it, you needed it then, not now. Progress often looks like not needing the same permission twice. Make a list titled What I Keep. Put down my time, my boundaries, my laughter, my focus, my softness, my standards. This list is not negotiable. It is a treaty with yourself. Make another titled What I Release. Write the need to be understood by everyone. The way I apologize for existing, the habit of answering instantly. The fear of disappointing takers. Fold both lists and place them where your wallet lives. Carry your values like currency. When you're tempted to re-enter a draining cycle, ask, what am I hoping happens differently this time, and what evidence do I have? Hope is beautiful, evidence is merciful. Walk with Bhav. You will feel a burst of energy after a boundary holds. Do not spend it proving your point. Spend it planting something that feeds you next week. Momentum is a gift. Invest it. Speak to yourself in the tone you reserve for your favorite person on their hardest day. You deserve your own best voice. Let it be steady and warm, even when you're correcting course. There will be a day soon when you do not think of them until noon. Rejoice quietly. The day after, it might be 4 p.m. Rejoice again. If they attempt a grand gesture to re-enter your life, measure it against their everyday behavior. Grand gestures are fireworks. Daily actions are sunrise. Fireworks impress, sunrise sustains. When you feel the urge to send a long explanation, draft it and do not send it. Set a timer for 1 hour. When it rings, write the shortest version and still honors your truth. Schedule restoration like appointments. Rest is not a reward for finishing pain. It's the practice that keeps you strong enough to mend it. Put it on your calendar with the same weight as any call. Trust the slowness that feels like healing. It will seem boring to parts of you addicted to adrenaline. Boredom is sometimes peace in clothes you haven't learned to love yet. Let music find you again. One song that held your hand years ago. Play it softly as you tidy your space. Memory will try to bring old faces. Let the melody bring only your breath back. The person you are becoming will need fewer apologies and more thank you for waiting while I chose what's right for me. Practice that sentence until your mouth relaxes around it. Right things rarely require rushing. If you stumble, stumble forward. A small misstep is not a verdict. It is a moment. Correct, breathe and continue. Keep a little joy kit ready, a page of affirming words. A photo that reminds you of your strength. A snack that steadies, a small object that feels like courage in your palm. When anxiety circles, open the kit before the spiral completes its loop. Ritual interrupts reflex. You will meet new people who speak the language of clarity. They will not be threatened by your boundaries. They will be grateful for them. Stay close to such people. Iron that doesn't bruise when it strengthens iron. If you need closure, create it. Not from their mouth, from your choice. Closure is a door you shut from the inside and lock because peace lives here now. Consider this a season of honest inventory. Who texts only when they want something? Who checks on your spirit, not just your schedule? Invest in the second. Limit access for the first. When you think of the future, let specifics be kind. Picture a morning with a slow start, a home with clear surfaces. A phone that is not your ruler. Picture yourself laughing so deeply your shoulders forget their old job. You will begin to notice synchronicities that feel like winks from a brighter place. A helpful stranger. A timely opportunity. An intuitive nudge that proves itself. Accept them as confirmations, not as crutches. Take photographs of ordinary peace. Your favorite mug on a calm morning. Sunlight on a clean floor. These images teach your brain what safe looks like so it can find its way back faster. Learn the difference between privacy and secrecy. Keep your privacy. Expose your poison to fresh air until it cannot live. When you share your story, share the lesson, not the gossip. Gossip puts the spotlight on them. Lessons put the light back on your path. You are the main character in your healing. Your energy is a farm. Plant people who nourish, not pests who nibble. Weed often and gently. Compass the old patterns. Even what once drained you can feed what's next if you transform it. Do not adhere for roles you wrote for yourself. Cast yourself as the guardian of your peace and act accordingly. The script will obey your choices. If anxiety spikes, name 5 steady things in the room. A Buddha. A chair. A wall. Your 2 feet. Anchor to what is here. Storms hate strong anchors. Time will reveal who was attracted to your confusion and who is drawn to your clarity. Let time do its quiet work. I'll massage eventually. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" tell yourself, "It stopped with me." There's power in that sentence, ancestral. Immediate. Generational. Feel your spine agree. If you're tempted to over-explain your boundary, remember, a full sentence is enough. I'm not available for that, repeat if necessary. You are not a syllabus. Your future self is watching. Grateful. Every choice you make sends relief backward through time. Let that thought bless your present. Build a small altar to your own resilience. Nothing ornate. Just a shelf with 3 objects that mean endurance, love, and freedom. Glance at it when doubt circles. Altars remind your mind where to bow. When they say you've changed, answer, I kept the best parts and added a backbone, Im Wukong. Consensus is not a requirement for transformation. Spend 1 hour this week finishing something you abandoned when chaos was loud, as had you. A paragraph. A door. Completion announces to your spirit, we do not live at half-life anymore. Teach your nervous system new endings. And calls with, I'm going to rest now. And errands with 5 minutes of stillness in the car before you re-enter your world. And days by thanking your body for carrying you. Let your future have room to surprise you. Rigidity is fear-wearing discipline's clothes. Aim for devotion instead. Steady. Flexible. Faithful to your peace. You will start laughing in places you used to whisper. You will eat without bargaining with your hunger. You will sleep like a bridge that knows both sides will still be there in the morning. When people ask what happened, you can say, I started telling the truth. Especially to myself. Most will understand. The rest will reveal themselves. Either way, clarity wins. Return to the mirror one more time. Lift your chin by a half-inch, the smallest crown adjustment. Say your name as if you're answering roll call in a room of angels. I have stayed beside you longer than the dark thought that claimed you were alone. I have watched you hold a door for others that you deserve it to walk through first. Now I am watching you step, not with panic, but with precision. The warning still stands, but it has changed shape. It is no longer a siren. It is a compass. Follow where your shoulders drop and your breath deepens. That is the road I've been guiding you toward. And when the night tests you again, and it will, because night is a teacher, remember these three truths. You are not late. You are not wrong for protecting yourself. You are not difficult for refusing to abandon your peace. Hold them like lanterns. Wob forward. The path is learning your name and lighting itself accordingly. Here's a strength that doesn't shout, and you're learning it. It makes doors open that used to stick. It makes silence feel like velvet instead of vacuum. Now let's give your courage a rhythm for the next 7 days. Day 1, you reclaim your time. Turn off one notification that has trained you to jump. Day 2, you reclaim your voice. Write a single paragraph that begins, "This is what I want," and end it with a date. Day 3, you reclaim your space. Remove 3 objects that carry someone else's energy more than yours. Day 4, you reclaim your body. Stretch for 4 slow minutes in the morning and 4 at night, asking nothing from yourself but breath. Day 5, you reclaim your focus. Choose one task and finish it without switching apps, tabs, or rooms. Day 6, you reclaim your story. Tell a trusted soul one truth you've been whispering only to your pillow. Day 7, you reclaim your rest. Decide that 8 hours is not a luxury but a boundary, and treat it as such. If the pushback comes, and it will, recognize the tactics. Sudden nostalgia. Sudden emergency, sudden opportunity that somehow expires in minutes. Remember, pressure is a salesman, peace is a partner. You are allowed to require written promises where once you accepted vague assurances. You are allowed to say, "Let me see that in writing," and wait. People who intend integrity are not allergic to paper. Guard your finances with the same tenderness you guard your dreams. Make a list of auto payments you barely notice, and ask each one to justify its place in your future. Money you rescue from drift becomes time you can invest with intention. Tend to your digital thresholds. Change one password today, and not to a word that flatters anyone else. Use a phrase that honors who you're becoming. I protect joy here. Breath before yes, no is sacred. Clear conversations that sit like smoke in your message list. You don't owe ghosts a hallway. When the attack phase shows up in subtler clothes, it will look like triangulation. Someone will say, "They told me you're overreacting," or "Everyone thinks you've changed." Smile softly and let the sentence fall through your net. Your life is not a group project, and consensus is not a boundary. If they escalate to insults, lower the temperature, not your standards. Name-calling ends this conversation. We can kai again when respect returns. Then keep your word. When respect returns, your door can open on its new hinge. There's a room you haven't entered in a long time. The one where joy is not earned by exhaustion. Open that door crack today. Do something delightfully unnecessary. Watch the sky change colors. Reread a page you loved. Range fruit in a bowl like stained glass. Anchor your morning in 3 small promises. I will not argue with my worth. I will not rush my first hour. I will not apologize for clarity. Repeat them until your bones nod yes. If grief arrives without knocking, let it sit at the table. Give it water, not wine. Ask it to speak in facts, not fantasies. You'll discover it only wants to be witnessed. It does not want to be in charge. You may experience aftershocks of the old pattern. Brief cravings to fix, to placate, to smooth. Treat them like muscle memory, not prophecy. Breathe. Place one palm on the table and wait 60 seconds. Desire to disappear often dissolves in a minute of oxygen. Write 3 letters you won't send. To the person who manipulated you, I release the version of me who thought I had to be small to be safe. To the version of yourself who stayed, thank you for surviving. I'm here to help you live. To the future you, I'm keeping a seat warm. It's by the window. The light is gentle and steady. Notice how your body participates in truth. Your jaw unclenches when you speak plainly, your shoulders lower when you choose rest, your stomach eases when you do not betray yourself. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. When the night tests you, practice the 4-sentence shield. I acknowledge what I feel. I confirm what is true. I choose what I can do. I release what is not mine. Say it slowly until panic loses its pace. Some doors must be locked, some may be left ajar. Lock the ones where history and harm share a lease. Leave ajar the ones where mutual respect knocks with quiet hands. There is an apology you won't receive, and you will thrive anyway. Closure can be self-authored. You can stamp it with the date and sign it with peace. You will encounter opportunities that mirror your old wounds but without the poison. Test them patiently. Healthy people will not punish you for double-checking the locks. They will help you install better ones. Create a sanctuary corner for your future, a chair that holds your spine kindly, a lamp that makes evening feel like a friend, a small plant that grows while you rest. Visit it daily, even for 2 minutes. It teaches your nervous system where safety lies. Give your calendar a name this month: recovery, return, or root. Label key days with verbs, not obligations. Restore, build, listen, begin. Let time speak your language. Invite beauty in practical ways. A clean sink at night is a love letter to your morning. An extra glass of water is respect in liquid form. A walk without headphones is a conversation with the world. Decide how you will measure success in this season. Not by applause, not by follower counts, not by convincing skeptics, by the number of evenings you end with a quiet exhale and a steady heart. Call that Mecca Knuff and let it lead. If someone tries to bait you with, "You're being dramatic," answer with stewardship. My peace is my responsibility, and I'm taking it seriously. Then pivot. Explanations are marble floors. They look elegant and keep you slipping. Teach your mind new metaphors. You are not walking on edge of the you are walking on a well-built path. You are not fragile blasts. You are tempered clarity, you are not too much. You are finally not less. Let your phone prove it belongs in your life by serving your wellness. Curate your feed to include voices that calm and clarify. Mute the ones that harvest your outrage for profit. Practice the art of the clean exit. No thank you. I'm heading out now. That doesn't work for me. 3 steps, no trail of brick rooms, no performance of guilt. Choose one habit that will become a signature of your new season. Perhaps it's finishing what you start, or answering messages after you think, or eating before you meet. Repeat it until it becomes your baseline. When you feel small, step outside and look for something older and larger than your worry. A tree, a line of hills, a sky wide enough to make thoughts rearrange. Perspective does what explanations cannot. In conversations, check for reciprocity. Are you the only one doing emotional algebra to keep the peace? Real connection spreads the arithmetic evenly. Build a pause protocol for tricky moments. Touch your wrist, breathe for counts, look for 3 stable objects, and speak one sentence that begins with "I choose this." Keeps you in authorship when old scripts try to rush in. You will not lose the right people by telling the truth. You may surprise them, you may stretch them, but those aligned with your growth will reach for your hand, not your leash. The rest will step back, and that is information, not failure. Set a weekly meeting with yourself. Bring paper, a pen, and a kind attitude. Ask, what drained me? What filled me? What would 1 degree better look like next week? Adjust respectfully. If memories surge like tides, give them a shoreline, 10 minutes to feel, to write, to release, timer on, compassion up. When the bell rings, return to the present and do something tender for your body. Let your future teach your present. Ask, what with the me I'm becoming? Choose right now. Make that choice in small ways until it becomes your reflex. Celebrate understatements. You handled that well. You stayed with the truth. You rested before you were empty. These sentences are bouquets the world rarely hands us. Offer them to yourself. Remember, your boundaries are not only about keeping harm out. They are about keeping wonder in. Protect your creativity, your attention, your laughter. They are rare birds, give them trees to nest in. When a door closes and you feel the urge to bang, place your palm against it and listen through the wood. Sometimes the quiet on the other side is your own voice, finally uninterrupted. Turn, and it will guide you down a better hall. You are not the villain of anyone's story for choosing health. Some will cast you that way because the old script gave them top billing. Let them keep their theater. You are building a home. If a day stumbles, let the evening recover it. Put warm water on your hands and breathe as if the steam carries your name back to you. Say, today taught me, tomorrow will benefit. Keep a proof folder for your progress. Screenshots of your clear messages. Receipts of tasks completed. A photo of your restful face. Open it when doubt arrives dressed as evidence. In moments of temptation to return, ask, do I want comfort or contact? Often the body wants soothing, not the person. Give it warmth, a blanket, a bath, a song. Needs met without a bill from your past. You will begin to feel time open like curtains. Morning won't start with triage. Afternoon won't ache for escape. Evening won't bargain for crumbs of peace. This is what boundaries purchase, spaciousness. As your life steadies, remember to be gentle with those still in the storm. Offer tools, not shame. Offer stories, not directives. Over presence, not pressure. If you catch yourself narrating your life in someone else's voice, stop and rename the scene. This is the part where I choose me. This is the part where the pattern breaks. This is the part where peace becomes practical. And when you finally notice a full day pass without the old fear tapping your shoulder, mark it. Even a dot on a calendar will do. Dots become constellations. Constellations become guidance. The warning that began with urgency now blows with assurance. You listened. You acted. You are walking out of the maze, one measured step at a time. I am here as the quiet between your brave sentences. I am here when fatigue tries to dress as surrender. I am here, not to carry you forever, but to remind you that you learn to carry yourself. Go on, then. Peer the door and love for joy and love for chaos. Keep your promises, especially the ones you made to your own heart. And keep your gaze where the horizon is honest and the road is yours. You are not only safe, you are becoming someone for whom safety is the natural climate. And in that climate, your gifts will bloom without apology, your rest will deepen without guilt, and your days will align without fear as their engine. Picking up exactly where we left off, choose gentleness as an operating system, not a mood. Gentleness is not weakness. It is accuracy without harm. It lets you hold your truth without dropping your humanity. When you feel a tug to go back, picture a bridge behind you lifting, not to trap you, but to save you from currents that once dragged you under. You can wave across the water and still keep your feet dry. Distance is sometimes devotion in a truer direction. Practice the honest pause before every yes. Breathe once, ask what it costs, ask what it returns, then answer. Speed is the favorite mask of manipulation. Pauses invite truth to catch up. Write a sentence you will use when guilt knocks. I respect your urgency, but I won't abandon my peace. Repeat it until your nerves understand you mean it. Tend your mornings like seedlings. If you open your eyes and meet a screen before you meet your breath, you hand your day to strangers. Meet your breath first. It knows your name better. Create a kindness budget and spend it wisely. If you have 10 measures of kindness today, do not spend 9 on appeasing and 1 on healing. Reverse it. Watch how life begins to cooperate. If you must see them again, dress your boundaries before you dress your body. Boundaries first, then shoes, then keys. You will walk differently when your inner door is locked to harm. When memories sting, press a hand to your chest and count the proof of now. You are breathing. You are choosing. You are not inside that day anymore. Even if a feeling tries to play the old weather. Name the room you're in with a word you need: clarity over your desk, rest over your bed, joy over your kitchen, even if only whispered. Spaces listen and respond. Soothe your inner alarm with reliable routines, eat at steady times. Drink water before difficult conversations. Move your body every day even if your mind insists on staying still. Refuse to let sarcasm sit at your table. It dresses like humor and steals like a thief. Speak plainly. Love grows better in honest soil. Let silence do some of the talking. After you state a boundary, do not rush to fill the quiet. Let the other person meet the truth without a cushion made of your over-explaining. Keep one object near you that symbolizes forward motion. A compass, a key, and a smooth stone from a place you love. Touch it when doubt shakes your hands. Let it steady the map inside you. Understand the difference between peace and relief. Relief comes fast and leaves you owing. Peace arrives slower and lets you sleep. Choose the one that respects your tomorrow. If you slip, don't crown the slip as a pattern. Call it a moment and escort it to the door. You are not your last 5 minutes. When panic rises, lower your shoulders before you lower your standards. Shoulders down, draw soft breath to the belly, and decide from the body of someone safe. Give your calendar a kindness anchor each week. A call that always helps. A walk that never fails you. A meal that nourishes instead of numbing. Consistency teaches your nervous system to trust you. If you notice you're rehearsing comebacks, you're still in their theater. Step off the stage. Write a new scene that doesn't require an audience to be meaningful. Use the 2-door rule for invitations. Door 1, does it align with your values? Door 2, do you have the energy to do it kindly? If either door says no, the hallway is not for you. Declutter the altars where you worshipped urgency. Make room for steady work and quiet joy. Urgency can visit, but it no longer gets a drawer. Send love letters to your attention. Short tasks. Full focus, complete closure. Your brain loves finished lines. Give it more of them. If anger arrives, hire it as a messenger, not a manager. Let it tell you what hurts and what matters. Then thank it and put clarity in charge. Plan for your future self as if they are your favorite person. Leave them notes, snacks, clear counters, gentle alarms. Treat them like someone you cannot wait to take care of. Notice who respects your no without demanding a tour of your reasons. Heave those people close. They understand that dignity is a language. If someone calls you selfish for finally practicing self-respect, remember, those who profited from your absence will label your presence as theft. It's accounting, not truth. Balance your books anyway. Give your heart a patience practice. Wait one day before responding to anything that tries to yank your center. Emergencies that require your panic are rarely emergencies that deserve your presence. Let laughter back in without apology. Laughter oxygenates rooms that worry tried to seal. It belongs to you as much as your seriousness did. Tidy the places you face first thing in the morning. Clean sink, clear nightstand, one beautiful thing in your line of sight. Your eyes deserve welcome, not work when they wake. Notice what you're not doing anymore and celebrate it. Not betting for crowns. Not proving what history already proved. Not translating your boundaries into a language that pleases thieves. When a door closes inside you and the hallway feels long, you rate your steps. 1 foot, then the other. Sometimes the oldest victories are the ones our bodies still need to hear. Protect your sleep like a promise. Turn down the lights earlier than your habits expect. Ask your mind to place the day in a basket. Tell it you will pick it up in the morning. Find a sentence that makes you taller on the inside. I stand with myself. I keep my own word. I am allowed to feel safe. Invite beauty that doesn't ask you to spend. A sunbeam on a floor. A breeze that smells like new rain. A song that remembers your name. Be careful with who gets your explanations. A bad faith listener collects your words to spend them against you. A good faith listener spends their attention to lighten your load. Let your standards be kind and clear. Kindness without clarity creates fog. Clarity without kindness creates guts. Together, they create shelter. Mark endings with a gesture your body can recognize. Open a window. Wash your hands. Place a book back on the shelf with intention. Bodies love rituals. Give them closure they can touch. Avoid last conversations with people who never listen to the first ones. A final speech won't plant seeds in concrete. Take your words to soil that welcomes roots. If you feel yourself shrinking in a room, ask what you must remove: the chair, the conversation, or yourself. Choose quickly and gently. Your spirit deserves open air. Practice being misunderstood without bleeding. You can be clear and still be misread by those who need you blurry. Let their fight be theirs. Assign each fear a small, doable task. Fear of failing? Start tiny and finish. Fear of loss? Inventory what remains. Fear of conflict? Write the boundary and read it aloud to the room. Walk toward communities where repair is possible. Humans make mistakes. Hell the space that make amends. If amends never arrive, that's not a community, it's a performance. Stop memorializing seasons that hurt you. You don't owe every lesson a frame. Let some memories pass without a ceremony. Build a directory of calming phrases for hard moments. I can take this slowly. I don't need to decide today. I can leave if I feel unsafe. These are handrails and shaky stairs. Remember what the tears meant at the beginning of this message. They were not despair. They were devotion. They were water softening the clay so your life could be reshaped without breaking. Step into the hour with your name on it. Say it softly. Say it like a vow. From here, let every yes be chosen, every no be clean, and every step be worthy of the peace you're protecting. If the old shadows gather, lift your lantern and smile, you know the way now. And I will walk with you as long as you keep walking with yourself.